Shoto can be so dense about a lot of things, but he surprisingly catch up pretty fast when it comes to you. He saw how you looked at Momo as if she's some kind of superior being, and how you would smile wryly at her whenever she offered you tea, even though you used to smile so brightly when Momo made you one before. Whenever President Mike handed over the result of a quiz test, you would compare your mark with Momo, even though you have never done that before. So one day, he decided to have a talk with you. He invited you to his room and made you feel comfortable before bringing up the subject. Listener, yeah? Have you come to hate yours or? You turned to him almost immediately, a bit shocked at his question. What? No, of course not. How could I hate such a sweet girl? Then why do you look so uncomfortable whenever you're with her? You were quite surprised to notice that. Guess you weren't being subtle in hiding your uneasiness. No, I don't hate her. It's just... Your mom was just so perfect, you know? She's talented, she's strong, she's smart, she's beautiful and pretty and... You know, all of that. And I just thought she's actually a more perfect match for you than me. Shoto's eyes sharpened at you. He couldn't believe you thought that. He took your hand in his before squeezing it tightly. No matter how much you think your user is perfect, in my eyes, you're the perfect one here. I only ever love you, and I don't plan to ever leave you for anyone else on that matter. Please believe that. Your face flushed at the sudden confession. You were surprised at the sudden confession. Shoto may not be the most affectionate person out there, but once he's showing it, you fall more and more in love with him. He hugged you from behind and snuggled into your neck. The both of you cuddled. All your anxiety flew away. Katsuki noticed how you've been distancing yourself from him lately. He would demand an answer from time to time, but you would just shake him off and tell him it was nothing. He also noticed how when he was talking to Ochako, you would stare at them with uncertainty. And one day, you just happened to blurt it out. He was teaching you how to cook a simple miso soup, and you may have zoned out quite a few times, resulting in the failure of the dish. Katsuki, being himself, nagged about how the ingredients have gone to waste now, while still eating the failed miso soup. You were supposed to be used to him being like that, but for some reason, that comment broke your heart. Well, I'm sure Chako-chan will never waste the ingredients like I did, right? He stopped eating and looked at you as if you had told him he's ugly. He finally had it with your attitude. Okay, enough of that. What the fuck is wrong with you? You've been acting like this for a while now. Care to fucking explain? You couldn't help but tear up a bit as the feeling of insecurity you felt toward Chako for the past few days resurfaced in your heart. It's just... Katsuki quickly noticed the change in your voices and enveloped you in a hug. Shh, don't cry, just explain. I won't be mad. So you did. You explained how Ochako excelled in a lot of things you couldn't. How cute she is, how cheerful and bubbly she is, how strong she is. How you're not her. Katsuki was surprised to say the least. He hadn't expected you to feel so insecure of Ochako. So, what you're saying is you're afraid I will leave you for her? Well, if you want to put it that way, I guess. He then cupped your cheeks and kissed you. The kiss was soft and gentle, unlike how rough he's always been. Why are you worrying about chicks when you're already so perfect? I'm dating you because you're you, so you don't need to feel so insecure about other girls. He then stroked your head and pulled it to his chest so that you won't see his blushing face. You're so lucky to have this emotionally awkward boy as your boyfriend. Ejiro is so confused. Whenever you enter the class or any place that has a lot of people at all, you would often look down at your feet and try to hide your face behind everything within your reach. Sometimes, when he comes to your room to surprise you, he'd see you looking in front of your mirror, eyeing your own body and face. Right after that, you would have a big, heavy sigh before moving away from the mirror. One day, he was out on a date with you at a cafe, and when you saw a beautiful girl pass by, you suddenly blurted, "Hey, Jay, don't you think I'm ugly?" He quickly got up from his seat and gently pulled you up from yours before swooping you in his arm and proceeds to carry you. It all happened so suddenly that you barely had a grasp of what was happening, but before you knew it, he brought you to the nearby park. Coincidentally, it didn't have many visitors at the time. He slowly put you down on a bench before taking your hand in his hands and kneeling down before you. "Is that why you've been so down lately? Because you are insecure of your appearance?" The shock only made you blink at him in visible confusion as a reply, but you didn't wait for any response. "Listen, you're the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I love you just the way you are, so please don't be insecure of it." He gave you the puppy eye, which made you melt harder than you already had. "I love you too, Ejiro. Thank you for, saying that. I'm only speaking what I think, though." With that, Ejiro just successfully stole your heart once again.